All right, guys, let's get into it. I want to get the point across that there's a million ways to make $1 million. I mean, everybody comes on the sales calls that I do with me and my team, and they're really wondering what's the success rate? How easy is it? How do I get started? And nobody really is in the mindset that they just need to show up. They're looking for the most efficient way to make $1 million. Where if you want to contrast that with my situation, I was making about $200,000 every single year as a software programmer. It took me 8 years to get there, and that was pretty much with no effort involved. I would show up, I would kind of do the minimum, and I really just job humped, jumped from job to job in order to make that happen. Contrast that to maybe the past 6 months where I've been working sales and I'm going to go way past that number. But what was different is that I actually said, I'm going to fully commit to this. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to pay for the mentoring. I'm going to sit down and practice this skill every day and really just be a student through and through. Now, a lot of people are already in this place where they've developed an expertise, whether it's video gaming, whether it's being a doctor, whether it's just being a middle manager of some sort, but they're still looking for the better way to do whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, I was speaking to a woman today who's been a product, or this was yesterday, who's been a product manager for a tech company for maybe 8 years. And now she wants to go into e commerce. And I'm not really sure what that transition is going to look like because if you look at the most successful people, somebody who is really, really wealthy, they've pretty much always done the same thing since they were born. Okay, like we can look up a couple of names. We go richest man in India, Mukesh Ambani. He basically does the telecom for the whole country of billions of people. His father started that business. So he's literally been doing the same business, the same thinking, already trained by the best in the country since he was born. If we go to Horrible Bosses cast, the guy's name is Jason Bateman. Okay, if you guys look it up, he just kind of won some sort of award for screenwriting or best director, actor, like something super impressive. And you're thinking this guy's exceptional. Well, his parents were actors, and the only thing that he's ever done in his life was acting. And so some people would maybe look at that and they would say, oh, Ambani, he found some sort of secret in the market. He found really the thing that's going to make a million people $1 million. Okay. I work with this guy, Race Denheim. He's 19, making 3, 4, $5 million a year with his business. And he does e-commerce. So people get on these phone calls and they're wondering, okay, what's the secret? He must have found some way to get rich quick. Where the truth is Rayson has been doing e-commerce since he's about 11. So keep in mind, it's like literally a 7-year span for somebody to be successful. The reason I've been able to make such a big transition in terms of my income and my circumstance in life with sales is not because I've been doing it 3 months and I'm making nearly 6 figures in the next couple of months. Per month is where I'll be, but because I've already been selling for 3 years in my own businesses. And so, really, there's a million ways to make $1 million. Really, just pick the thing that you can see yourself committing to for the next 7 years and get your mind right around that. Really get excited about showing up every day and not seeing results. When they say it's about the journey, not the destination, this is exactly that. You want to be showing up just because you love it. When I got started with programming and I got to the point where I was competent enough to be a startup founder and founding engineer in a lot of situations, is because I genuinely loved programming. I would get drunk, drink beer, and code alone in my room. Now it's talking to people. So there's a really easy way to figure out what this is. When you have spare time, what is it that you're doing? When you meet somebody that you haven't met in a while, or when you are talking to somebody, just having a casual drink, whatever, what are the things that you talk about? What is the thing that when you think about it, you really light up? Okay, what we're looking for with this exercise is the same way that you think about your partner, the same way you think about that girl you're in love with or that guy. You think about them and you feel good. You want to think about the more. What is that thing actually in your career? What is that tangible task that you like to do? And something that really helped set me apart and really find what got me excited is, what is the thing that you keep returning to? There's 1,001 options for how you can spend your time in the world, but what is it that you keep returning to? For some people, that's coding. Even when they have a job doing something else, they're going to code in their free time. For me, I would be executing on tons of other business things, but I would always want to sell more. I wanted to do the selling, and then I'd get the money. I'd do the work for a couple of weeks, do the minimal fulfillment, and then a lot of times I just return their money. I would say, hey, here's 50% back. I couldn't get you the result, but I got you a little bit, because I can move on to the next customer and make those sales. And I really want to get this point across, like, you already know what that thing is that you're good at, okay? People are always saying, I need to think about it. I really need the right perspective. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. People make decisions in a fraction of a second, and they do it emotionally, and then they justify rationally. When you see that girl, you're attracted to her or you're not. When you see that guy, you're attracted or you're not. Like, let's be honest. But then all the programming comes in, all your thinking comes in. What are people going to think? Is this going to work out? Do I actually like it? Let's look at other parts of that person's body. Let's get to know their personality to see if it actually is a fit. So there are certain things in your life right now. There are certain things in my life that I know, hey, boom, this is what I'm really into. This is what I really like. I'm going to do more of it. Writing is that thing for me. I really like to write. I really like to spend time on the keyboard, telling a story, rearranging words, making it sound really great. I've tried video. I've tried doing the shorts and the dances and all that other bullshit. I've tried doing like the viral cinematography stuff, and it didn't work for me. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, well, what really excites me is masturbating. Sorry, but that's not going to make you any money unless there are certain circumstances going on down there. Okay? So it also goes the other way. You can just do something long enough to where you'll like it and you'll want to do more of it. This is the dip, okay? Whenever you start something, there is a dip. In paid advertising, this is what you would call a test budget, where you're losing for days and days and days, but when you finally make it through, you develop the skill set, you just explode exponentially. This is how a lot of businesses work, especially in the startup world. So find that thing that maybe you actually do want to be good at, and the payoff is worth the 7 years of effort, okay? I mean, I don't know anything about finance or M&A. I'd imagine spending all that time with those shitty numbers could do it. Or sales is a great example. I would make cold calls, and I would be in cold sweats, calling strangers. I would be trying to figure out all of this shit, and I would get rejected. I would like hang up the phone call the moment someone picked up. I wouldn't show up to calls that I had paid for. But eventually I did enough of it. I got through the point where I started to see some results, and then I got excited about it. And I wanted to do more, and I'm excited to learn more. And now this is something that I, in a lot of ways, had manufactured. But if you look at how exactly you can get the farthest and really just dig in and make $1 million in a year, okay? Not unrealistic for me to do, or maybe we'll say 2 years. You wanna use the Japanese concept of ikigai. I hope I'm getting it right and not offending anybody. But it is, what are you naturally good at? What do you enjoy doing? And what does the market need? So it's got to be something that you naturally have an inclination for, something that you can align yourself with. I mean, you may love basketball more than anything else in the world, and you may want to hoop every day, but if you're 5 foot, like, sorry, man, I don't think you're going to be making any money in basketball. Or if you want to be, a great influencer, you want to go viral, but you're ugly as shit, like, I don't know if that's actually going to work out for you. So you got to find something that's aligned with your strengths and something that you're naturally good at, enjoy doing for long periods of time without any reward. Important, without any reward, and it's something that people actually want. you're going to do great. The example I always give is there's people out there. There are literally guys out there making billions of dollars selling concrete, selling sand, selling panes of glass. Do you think some motherfucker is excited about, man, I just love glass. I love glass. Man, I can't look at enough glass in my life. Oh my gosh, I had a dream about glass window panes last night. Not realistic. But the fucking guy found something that's part of that business that he could really be passionate about. Maybe it was the systems, the results, the people, the staffing. He found something, it got him excited, and he stuck with the one thing. He found his one way to make $1 million. And that's what I encourage you to do. Get your mindset right. You either need to find something that you already have a proclivity for, that you want to spend more time doing, and just stick with it, except that you're never going to get rich quick. And number two is find something that makes a shitload of money and just do enough of it, get through the pain until it gets you to where you want to go. So I think that helps. Let's stick with it, guys.